Get a big smile.
With Tom Easterbrook here, who's just been elected member of the Youth Parliament. How do you feel, Tom?
Great.
All right. And it's been a good night for you. You've been here with all the other candidates as well. What's your impression of the whole process?
It was very well organised, but Shani couldn't have done it without the help of the other youth community.
Okay. Now, I was looking at your manifesto, because now you've been voted in, you've actually got to keep up to your manifesto. And I was just wondering, I noticed that you wanted to abolish university fees, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, why did you, I mean, you're quite a young man, you're not really coming up to university yet, are you? Why were you interested in that?
No, well, if I want to go to university, it's a lot of money still, so I'd like it to have changed by the time I get to that point.
All right, so you're thinking well ahead, really?
Yeah.
Okay, and just really one other question. I noticed that you wanted to see better, cheaper transport, and that was something that's happened, or do you think there's still more work to do on that?
There is definitely still more work, because they announced it's only shoreline and that hood in our price cut, but we want it even cheaper than that. Cheaper than that.
Right, well, I wish you all luck for your year. You're looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, thank you. So I'm with Eloise Mitchell, and you've already been an NYP, haven't you?
Yeah, I was a deputy NYP for last year.
Okay. Why did you decide to go for another year's service in the community?
Well, I just felt that my work wasn't quite done yet. I mean, I've achieved so much, but there's so much more that I could, get done. So.
Yeah. Well, what's the main thing that you would like to do this year?
Bus fare and the big gig for Dorset for young people.
Right.
So I want to get loads of young people's bands, dancers, comedy, things like that. Somewhere in Dorchester, in a field somewhere, just like a big gig, just displaying everybody's talent, because there's so much talent in Dorset.
Okay, so that's really one of the sort of themes of your campaign, was the talent that's already in Dorset. Yeah. And you're hoping to bring that out, really. But of course the problem is money, isn't it? I mean, it's tight at the moment. How are you going to get the money?
There's a Youth Opportunity Fund and a Youth Capital Fund, which I'm quite a part of. So I wish to kind of write a bid from the Dorset Youth Council to the Youth Opportunity Fund, if the other NYPs agree with this point, to ask for sufficient funds and to try and, get a big gig for young people in Dorset.
I'm with Imogen Barnard, who's been voted in as a member for the Dorset Youth Parliament, and as a deputy member.
Yeah.
How does it feel, anyway?
It's really good feeling, it's a really good feeling.
Were you surprised, or?
Yeah, I was quite surprised, because I ran for it last year and I didn't get elected. I didn't think I'd be elected this year. So.
Oh, right, okay. So what did you do to get people to vote for you?
I made some posters and I emailed youth clubs to put them up and different schools to put them up, and they came back saying they would, and they did.
And what did you do on voting day? Did you do anything to...
On voting day, I sat with every single year group. I either introduced myself and I sat there and spoke to them, or I was sat in the actual where people voting room, just having conversations with people that wanted to know anything. Basically.
Yep, okay, that sounds good. And I just wanted to ask you just a few quick questions about the manifesto. You had one issue which I was very interested in, was about young carers, and you feel that they're hidden away.
Yeah, I was a young carer a couple of years ago for my mum, and I didn't really get much support with that, except from the group of the young carers, which I used to go to weekly to meet with them, and we didn't really have that much support other than that, and that was a very basic go to a youth club with other young people. I think they should have more support with what they're doing to be able to do more stuff and more awareness from people, because a lot of people don't know what young carers are.
What's the one thing that would have helped you in that time?
The one thing that would help me I did get a lot of help, but a little bit more, yeah. Okay. Would have been amazing, but it just didn't happen.
And really just my last question, you also want to develop an online community For Dorset, is that right?
Yeah, I'd like to make an online community for young people in Dorset. So it's just young people in Dorset, not having all the other places, just young people in Dorset. Okay. And if there's any bullying, we have the button that you can click, because I know that Facebook doesn't have that option, I don't think.
You're good at, can you hold your own in an argument?
Yeah.
So you're ready for the debates?
Yeah.
Right, that's good. Well, I wish you luck. Thanks a lot anyway.
Thank you.
I'm with Moya Dunn.
Hi.
Many congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You've been voted, what have you been voted?
I've been voted the Deputy Member of Youth Parliament.
And what does that mean?
It means that when any of the members of Youth Parliament are away, that I'll then step into the places, and also it's more or less the same, but I'm just like a backseater a bit more.
Okay. Now, looking at your manifesto, I see that you're quite interested in promoting political education in schools.
I feel that we don't really have a lot of political education. It's like me, I've hardly got any political education, and I think it would be a lot better if we actually had more, because when you're 18 you are allowed to vote, but a lot of people have no idea what they're voting for, so they decide not to vote. And I feel that it also helps community cohesion as communities coming together, and that's why it should be incorporated into PSHE lessons.
So I was just asking about how you felt about politics in general.
Well, I feel that they're trying to do the best the job that they can, but I feel that they could promote more for young people, because they don't make it exciting enough for young people to get involved.
Okay, and my last question, a lot of the candidates were complaining about the media image of young people. Do you want to say anything about that?
I just feel that a majority of us are good teenagers, but the few of us are how we all are portrayed, and I feel that we just need a more positive side, and by this I feel that we should have free bus fares, so we're not hanging around on street corners, and free memberships to our local gyms, so we're in a secure area where it broadens people's horizons instead of having that bad media that we have.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And I wish you well for your
Thank you very much.
Okay, cheers, thanks. I'm with Edie McCarthy. Just let Eddie go there as well.
Sorry.
That's all right. No, you carry on. All right. And you was one of today's candidates.
Yeah.
How did you get on?
Well, I came 7th place, so I didn't make it into it, but it's still really, really good, the amount of votes I actually got, and I'm quite happy with it, so I'm going to get involved in DICE instead and run again next year and hopefully get through.
Right, so you're not undeterred, you're going to keep going. And
keep going.
That's it, yes.
Yes.
That's it, that's good. You're going to keep going. That's a great spirit. Now, I've been looking at your manifesto, and I saw that one of the things that you want to do is sort of improve club facilities.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, what's the problem with youth clubs?
Well, the problem is they're just not good enough. Children aren't actually going to them that much, and they don't want to because they say, oh, they're boring and it's for little kids. It's not for little kids. It's for people aged 10 till 20. And I think that the things could be a lot better.
Looking on, I mean, you've got a fantastic range of sports that you were looking at. I mean,
yeah,
something that terrifies me, rock climbing. I mean,
oh, rock climbing's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, the thing about the sports, I was thinking, if children enjoy doing sports outside school, like skateboarding, BMXing, hula hooping, whatever, why can't we do those sports inside school? Even that is encouraging us to do sports, because apparently we're a lazy generation. If we enjoy doing that sport, why make us run around a muddy field when we could be doing something we actually enjoy?
So you think that perhaps sports facilities and education is in the wrong direction a little bit?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.